This is the Chester County Real Estate Podcast, bringing you the info you need to make your next move a great one.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Chester County Real Estate Podcast. This is the show that gives you all the information you need to make your next move a great one. I'm your host, Sean Dominski, and for this week, we are going over a little bit of the market stats to get an idea of where the market is in Chester County and the Philadelphia metro area in general. So today, I'm going to just go through some quick statistics and some numbers and let you know what the data looks like in our area, and what to expect if you're thinking of buying or selling a house in the near future, in the winter or spring of 2023. Today's date is February 10th, so we're going to be looking at some of the previous week's data. We are also 3 days away from the Super Bowl, so go Birds. Anyway, a little bit of theme there. So let's head over to our data that we got here from the Bright MLS. Now, all this information is coming from Bright. I'm going to make this available if I'm going to make this available to download. If you want to see this info for yourself, contact me. You can contact me here at Remax Ace Realty or the broker, and we'll make sure that we'll get you a copy of the PDF or so. This is straight from the MLS. However, my reporting is there. I might be missing something, or you might have some questions or comments about the data that we're seeing, or come to a different conclusion based off of the data. I am giving you my personal interpretation, and what I am seeing, you might be seeing something completely different. But let's go over what we got here. So we're going to pull open the weekly marketing report. So this is the marketing report for the week ending in February 5th, 2023. And this is going to be covering the parts of Pennsylvania within the Bright MLS footprint. So this is more than Chester County. You can kind of see a map here on our screen. It's basically the surrounding counties of southeastern PA. So just as kind of a highlight, as far as new closed sale, that week we had 836. That's down 36.3% compared to a year ago. So it's less than this time last year. However, it's 4.5% more than the previous week. So we are seeing a slight uptick in trend. New purchase contracts, 1,184, down 21.7% from a year ago, from that same week, 2022. And we're down 1.9%. As far as new listings, we were at 1,669, down just a little bit from a year ago, but down 19.8% compared to a week ago. So less new listings that week than the previous week. And here's the number that I've been kind of watching, the ratio of pendings to listings. Now, from how I understand this, basically it's how many homes are coming on the market versus how many homes are going off the market. So if that was perfectly even, you would be seeing a ratio of a 1 or 100. So because this is for every 100 new listings, how many listings went under contract? So 71. It's a little unclear on this screen right here. However, in the other table, it makes a little bit more sense. This is down 18.8% from a year ago, and it's down 2.1% from a week before. Not a huge number. I don't think that's really big enough to be relevant. And then let's look at showings. So we had 21,382. Compared to a year ago, it's down 26.9%, but it's up 10% from the previous week. So just kind of give you an idea that we are lower. Basically, what I'm seeing here is that we are lower than we were this time last year in 2022. However, we're still on the upswing as we head into the spring market. So kind of give you an idea of what that looks drawn out. We have the weekly closed sales for that week. We're over here at 2.5. So it's kind of steady. We're a slightly more closed sales than 2019, still lower than the previous 3 years. We're not seeing there. It looks like the previous 3 or 4 years, there was a huge spike. We didn't see a huge spike that week like we have before. Moving on to weekly new purchase contracts. So lower offers being accepted than the previous 4 years. We'll have to see how this compares as we go into April. We have that huge dip when we had the lockdown of 2020. However, we're still significantly less than even where we were in 2019. I think it's still the way I'm looking at it is I think healthy would be getting back to 2019 levels. So some of these actually is pretty decent news. I'm glad we're not completely seeing the market fall apart. At the same time, it could be better. So, all right. So, moving on to weekly showings, still a little bit less. We're actually fairly close to where we were in 2021. But yes, still lower than the previous 4 years. Let's see here. Right about, what was that? That's between 20 and 25. That was where we were at 21,000 for the weekly showings. And then the weekly new listings, we're actually above where we were in 2021. So, last year in 2022, a little bit below that, but and not nearly where we were in 2019 and 2020. So looking at these different numbers, this means there are more new listings coming on the market than 2021, but less than 2019 and 2020, which is a good thing if demand stays the same and the listings don't. We're going to see prices continue to stabilize. And then over to new pendings to new listings ratio. This is where we were at. I believe it was 71. Sorry, let's scroll a little bit here. Yep, 71 ratio to 100. Fix here. I think what they meant was 0.71 when put in this format. So at this week, we're seeing right here 0.71. Right about where we were in 2019. So there was more listings coming on the market as we just saw, but the ratio is similar to where it was in 2019. So in theory, prices should be around 2019 levels. That's not a hard and fast rule. This is a very big data set. However, just kind of giving you a general idea, if prices aren't at where you wanted in 2021, when we had almost 1.0 new pendings to new listings ratio, well, that doesn't necessarily mean that the market is broken or falling out. It just means that we're probably closer to 2019 listings. So I might have to look at the data to kind of see how much that rings as true. I don't have that in front of me right now. And every listing is different, but according to this ratio, that should be close to what we are seeing. So these slides will be available. Feel free to reach out to let us know if you can't find them or you want access to it. Now, the Bright MLS system covers several states. So here we have DC, Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey, PA, Virginia, and West Virginia. So when we're looking at, now we're going from southeastern PA to the entire Bright MLS system. And I don't want to spend too much time on this because it's really the local data, the Chester County numbers that really matter. And if you're really, I like to look school district by school district. That's really where it's going to be relevant to your situation. And I don't have that right here in front of us. And we also cover several school districts. But this gives you kind of an idea to just get an idea of where we're at as far as the trends are going. I'm going to look at, so we got new showings, new contracts, new closing, new listings. So let's just look at the median days on market and new contracts. So as far as the entire Bright system, which is the East Coast here, 17 days, median days on market. In 2022, it was 9, and in 2019, it was 36. So the days on market is actually still lower than it was in 2019, higher than it was last year in 2022. All right, now flipping over to the Philadelphia metro area. So this is going to be the January 2023 market report for the entire Philadelphia metro area. So not every county in PA in the MLS footprint, mostly the Philadelphia metro area. And it's going to be for the whole month of 2023. So here, the key market finding from January 2023 to January 2022, we have 34.7% less closed homes. The median sales price, however, is up 4.7%. The median days on market is up by 8 days. The pending sales is down by 20%. However, new listings are also down by 4.5%. The active listings the number is up by 33.4%, and our months of supply is up by 62.8%. Our showings are down a little bit by 32.5%. So, bottom line is the market is not looking as the market is slightly below where it was this time last year. As we've seen in some of the weekly marketing reports, it seems to be on its way up. However, we're not on pace to hit where we were this time last year. We are moving into a stronger spring market, though. So as we can see, looking at the T3 Home Demand Index, it says the T3 Home Demand Index indicates pre-sales activity in the Philadelphia metro area. The forward-looking HDI for February for the Philadelphia metro area was 73, rising from 57 in January. So this reflects a return to seasonality in the market. Despite the increase, the HDI is down from 85 a year ago at this time. So you can kind of see that here on this map. We're at 73, higher than we were in January, still a little bit lower than we were last year. I'm not going to get too into this month over month or year over year change to the closed sales and median sales. Feel free to contact to let me know if you're interested in that. So what I'm seeing is that the market is not as strong as it was last year. However, the crash that people are predicting, I'm still not seeing it. It doesn't look like it's here yet. It seems kind of like a stabilization. From what I'm looking at, it looks like we're getting closer to 2019 levels. And kind of maybe moving on from the effects that the lockdowns had to the market. I'm not making any predictions about what's going to happen. If you're thinking of buying or selling a house in the future, my recommendation, as always, is to sit down, talk to an agent, a licensed agent, and go through your situation, your wants, your needs, and your goals long term when it comes to your housing situation, and let that agent kind of speak from their experience and the data in whatever area, neighborhood, type of house that you're looking for, because that's really what matters. So I hope this helps a little bit, give you an idea of what the market is looking like and where it's going. With that, my name is Sean Dominski, and this is the Chester County Real Estate Podcast. If you would like to get a hold of an expert agent to go through your own situation, contact us at acerealtypa.com. We have a lot of great agents here at RE/MAX Ace Realty. And if you haven't yet, be sure to like and subscribe to our podcast. We're available on all podcast catchers and apps. You can also find us on Facebook and YouTube, where we do a show there as well. You find us online at chestercountypodcast.com. And until then, I'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening. This has been the Chester County Real Estate Podcast, brought to you by RE/MAX Ace Realty, serving buyers and sellers in the Chester County area. Subscribe for new episodes at acerealtypa.com/podcast. And you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever podcasts are found.